Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same without wasting a single second of your time. Bada bing, bada boom, we go into the charts, the footprint charts, that is. So Nasdaq got a bit of a move to the downside. We basically, during the London session, rose up into the Asian session, and the London session dumped it, and then we created some buy side for a B wave up, and then the C wave took it even lower. Value area low at 803, point of control at 857, and value area high at 904. Previous VWAP up here at 14,935. We did manage to come up to that region earlier today. Came up to the VWAP and rejected off of the previous VWAP level. If we go into the hourly candle here, there was a bunch of contracts buys hit to the tune of 140 plus 110, 168. There was about 500 there, stopped out, and then they brought it back up for some more buy side inducement. But overall, their target was to the sell side liquidity, so our session delta is negative 3K in terms of sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So the buy side is not stepping up to the plate. They're selling off in droves as we go lower here. Now you're starting to get a large amount of selling as we get into this candle here. So this last hour, we've seen a lot of sell-offs of the buys and possibly capitulation. Do we reach a continued level, or are we going lower? Let's go find some imbalances in the charts, shall we? So we previously double bottomed off of the 799 region, the settlement line at 869 here for the day. 16 bar Renko is possibly coming for that third hit for a sweep of the lows one last time. Possibly even lower. We'll come back to it in a minute. And Momentum Master. Link in the description for more. We'll get into it in a bit. We're going to get out of that chart real quick and just get into the 4 hour. Let's look at the daily here. So we previously negated this impulse to the downside here and came down to the 786 region, possibly coming to the 886 and beyond to violate these daily lows and possibly come to some previous lows from August 25th, Friday, or even the August 21st low, or the August 18th Friday low. Let's go on a weekly time frame and see where this is. Weekly also happens to be at that level. Maybe the draw is to 720, who knows. 751 is up first. We have a bunch of these fair value gaps that I lined up the previous time all the way up in the 15K region if we are so inclined to retrace up to that. As it stands, we're having a suppression of the crossover event from back here on July 24th, this baseline cross down. What are the baselines? Well, link is in the description for more, but we'll just go over it. You can scroll down to features, toggle everything at your leisure to see what it's about, or read about the trend cloud and the baselines. These are some of the main components of the system. The baselines cross down, and you see the steady suppression of the price on the weekly. The cloud also starting to come back here. We have come back beneath the trend dots here on the weekly time frame after steadily holding them. And the cloud here, the price channel we came back into, bounced off of it once, Now we're coming back below. Can we get a bearish retest of the trend dot and fall back down beneath the channel down into the volume weighted cloud here, the trend cloud? Looks quite nice on the weekly. You had this accumulation region beneath the dark cloud, and then we came back up. Now we're coming back into the dark cloud. Are we going to come back and start to make a reaccumulation down beneath the cloud here? On the weekly, who knows? The shadow knows. As we go into the 3-day, 3-day is back at the trend cloud, which has been ever so tilted to the upside here. Do you hold this trend cloud? Do you wick beneath it, come back to the super trend here, and try to find some sell side liquidity to take out for a possible triple top, a head and shoulders pattern or something on the 3-day time frame? And back to the daily. So the daily, previously on the Friday, we had a nuke that played out from back here, I believe. If we go to lower time frames, we'll see it actually up here on the 14th, but we had it over there too. So we're basically getting suppressed by the baselines here on the daily, and we're coming back beneath the cloud. So ever so slight coming back into this to retrace back into some of the liquidity up here would be something to see at some point in the week. Are we establishing a low for the week in order to come back on Tuesday, Wednesday, or possibly a midweek reversal Thursday? These are the levels to look out for. If we go to the 12-hour, I have no bias whatsoever. I don't care where it goes as long as I'm on the right side of that trade. Oh, by the way, let's log into here. Let's see what the chat is up to. $12-hour time frame starting to scoop up the first baseline for the potential idea of reclamation of the baselines to come back into this light channel. We've got rejection. Is this the third rejection, or are we going to come back into it? Let's go into the lower time frame to see. Had a previous flirtation of a cross up and then steadily got rejected back down. We're still holding those baselines, but they're creating a liquidation event for ABC to those pools. If we take this Fibonacci trend-based fib extension level and we take it down to here and up to there for that retrace, basically it's insinuating coming down to that 603 fair value gap here on the Fibonacci impulse to the downside on the 6-hour. We're not going to look at the other oscillators, we just look at straight up the cloud today. 4-hour time frame also starting to cross up here, holding the baselines in a manner. Something to look out for a subtle support of the 4 and 6 and possibly 12. If we go to the hourly time frame now taking a cross down dump in your face after rejecting off of the channel and the trend cloud here, reaching up into that liquidity and rejecting. We were watching that happen in the group earlier today. We were seeing this kind of flirtation of the rejection of the cloud here. It did surge up a little bit, but it maintained this bearish super trend the entire time. And sure enough, it rejected off of that 0.5 equilibrium level of this impulse for that bearish continuation idea. If we even take this trend-based fib from here on the smaller level, then we are currently possibly reaching down into these pockets. We've now just negated this impulse, so that is now gone as we drop out of the 786 here down into the possibility of going into the 14774 regions. A 2 level would coincide with the 706 here. So we got double fibbed up here for bearish fibs. So far, no bullishness in sight. Getting rejected off the cloud on the hourly. The 15-minute cloud also suggesting severe sell-off here. We're going to go into ATAS right now and see who was liquidated. So we are getting overall a 146, 60, 38, 164, 124 in sell side entering here as more people get stopped out for longs and or shorts that are entering for a possible market objective completion. But this is what you like to see when you try to consider the idea of swing longing. When you see a lot of red like this, the buyers are on the run. Currently at a negative 3K session delta imbalance to sell side. Yo, what's up? CNC, Rainier, Prehab, Smurfington. Yo, what's up? And yes, so the 15-minute is, let's go into some lower time frames, go into the 5-minute and whatnot. Starting to get some bearishness, some fear setting in. This is like another ABC to the downside here. Boom, boom, boom. Really letting it kick in. You had an ABC on top with the ABC inside of it. Really just taking the dollar cost average longs out of the game. All right, so we got some fair value gaps to look at and some bearish trend-based fib levels to also consider right off the bat, because we sometimes forgot those going in, and then that caused hesitation before. So let's just make sure these are accurate. Okay. All right. Let's just remove that. That's just for their and now we can start to go back into this. All right. Back into the granular quantum level, quantum physics, where you can start to see the volume imbalances here and the bullish divergences forming on the micro time frames for where a potential reversal or trend exhaustion might be in. Starting to get to that oversold region. If it gets to this fib level, we might take a bite. We got about 20 minutes for that to open. Let's go back to ATAS real quick. Got 80 contracts somebody bought in there. Somebody was happy with the level there. That could have been a short also cashing out in profit. Oops. Starting to get that bullish divergence. Are we done yet? Not seeing the money stack just yet. Let's change this time frame over here to 4 minutes. It also shows vector candles from Momentum Master B, so I can see where the volume is picking up a bit. So right now you're getting less volume on this candle. So the volume on this current candle is not as much as the previous candle, so this could be a fatigue test of the sell side one last time. Starting to get the potential cross up on the baselines on the 1 minute. Getting the money stack on the 30-second. Let's go see how the ATAS holds up to the flame here. Still getting a lot of sell side, it's good, but you're getting some buys in here too. Now positive. We're gonna play with something really quick. Hold on, let me just switch this. I'm gonna just switch over to the simulacrum real quick, and then we'll just play with it a little bit here. Let me see. Yeah, so why not? Let's just take it to the upside with a little scalperoo. 1. We'll see. Alright, so we're getting this oversold regions on the Optima after an extreme exhaustion. The 5-minute candle is lacking volume as you see the color bled. There's PVSRA. You're coming back into the trend dots. We could get a little bit of a burst up into the buy side here. So we'll see if that actually does anything. Already, I believe, took 2 off right there, so that was winning. I'm using a 5-pack strategy here with 3 take profits and a trailing stop loss that I don't need to monitor. So now if it kicks me out, I will have 1 overall because it moved the stop loss up adaptively. And if it didn't play out, then the burst was not meant to be, and then I can reassess. I want to be sniping these entries and not thinking twice about it. All right, bursting up above the trend dots here with the cloud with the baseline cross up event, coming back above the channel average and the trend dots on the 1 minute, finger up and the money stack on the 30-second and the 1 minute here. Bled volume on the 4 minute, so that was one little clue for me to see the volume fatigue on the sell side, and it just kicked me out there. Nice, 1 win down. And it could keep going. We'll see what it does at the dots here on the 30-second. It could just ping pong between them. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Did you have a good weekend? I got a little bit of a heat stroke at a barbecue. I was outside in the sun. Didn't hydrate enough. So let's go to the ATAS and see who's stopped out there. So there's a lot of buys entering here too. Those could be the shorts that are cashing out, as well as longs potentially entering. You're now positive 351 in delta on that 2-minute candle. So that was literally the bottom as of now at the value area low at 787. The hourly candle is showing this interest in buys, which could go test one more time for the sells, which we're flat on right now, which is why the adaptive stop loss does not have you FOMOing or thinking anything else. You just take what the market gives and you're flat. Flat as a board. And we're back up to 800. Still negative 3K in session delta, sell side. So the cloud on the 1 minute having a curvature here. Generally when you get the cross up, you do come back down a little bit unless it's extremely bullish. you're getting the money stacks potentially subsiding. Although if you had a less aggressive runner than I did, you'd still be in this. And essentially when you see this like extreme double bottom on the oversold regions, this type of play after a run to the liquidity zones is a fair game. Now we're coming back up to the 786. Are we going to reclaim the 786, or this is a bearish retest to continue back down to the 1 level on these bearish trend-based fibs? Cloud is still getting a rejection. You had the previous rejection on the 4-minute there. We're coming to the outskirts of the 4-minute cloud here. About 10 minutes till the open. I'd rather be flat prior to the open. So that was target 1, target 2, target 3, stop, boom. We'll just take that after image. It was too fast. It was within the same minute. I entered at 10:14 and I was out at 10:14. Talk about fast trades. And 787 could be the low for the day. This could be it. You never know. Booyah. I wish they could let me play this cool playlist without, you know, copyright trying to take the channel off. I guess I have to keep talking in order for the algorithm not to detect it properly. So we're back at the channel average / cloud on the 4-minute. Previously got above the bearish super trend on the 1. Let's go to look at the Renkos and remove some noise, shall we? So the 32 bar had this ABC down to the downside, now starting to get a reclamation here after making a lower low. Perhaps. 16 bar coming back up to the super trend, and the 50 SMA could be a rejection for another C leg down for more. The 8 bar coming back above for the 50 SMA, but could get a pullback to test it for strength. Pullback would be something to see as we get rejected on the adaptive on Momentum Master. 5 higher time frames oversold. We don't have to look at that. That's the beauty of having these stochastic array to tell us about the higher time frames, so we can stay zoned in to the sniper entry time frames of the quantum. And we just take them for what they're worth. Like, it doesn't really mean enter right there, but you do kind of see bounces at them sometimes. Bounce, 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 bounce. Getting a cross down event on the 32nd, starting to come back potentially underneath the trend dots, already beneath it on the 1 minute. Getting overbought. Money flying away, flying away. That was a nice scalperoo. It was. Yeah, I've been messing with a bunch of ATM strategies. I have like a 5-pack, a 7-pack, a 4-pack, a 3-pack with tight stop losses, wide ones. I've been messing with the 5 with the tight one, but you got to be like ultra clear on like, okay, it should burst now, otherwise you get stopped out. But if it was meant to burst, it will burst, and if it doesn't, then you shouldn't have been in it anyway, so it's good to get out with the short shave of damage. So it looks like it might be just coming back up and creating some stab up here. Who knows? We got 7 minutes for the open. Looking at the ATAS again, once again. So you still have a lot of buys here. Well, ultimately seeing all the sells down here was your safe bet. Here you don't know, are they going to come back to try to test the sell side here once again? If it come back and you see a bunch of sells here, then that could be a safe entry for a bounce. Here you never know, are these longs that are about to get ripped down into, or the shorts they're attempting to peel out in profit, get them to close? We're going to see some fireworks for the open either way. As it stands right now, you're getting bull hammer, bull hammer, bull hammer on the 4-minute until you get this indecision point. The idea of reversal may not be in just yet. We had that up here too. Also the London session prior to that over here, indecision. We can remove this C leg for now. So we're holding this like ascending channel like structure of the bullish nature, just kind of going up here like this. When you start breaking that equilibrium in the trend dots, then you have the potential to come down and kiss the cloud. We don't need trend lines because it makes our own dynamic ones, which is pretty cool. And cross down event suppression, possibly a rejection on the adaptive here. You're coming back beneath the trend dots on the 1-minute, suggesting fatigue here. Once again, we're going into the open. You did create some bearish divergence, lower high on the oscillator, higher high or equal high, C level, C type divergence here on 32nd. Clear A type on the 1-minute. Money flying away, flying away, flying away, flying away, flying away, flying away. So it'd be interesting if we see like another C leg down and then you make a higher low on the oscillator with the lower low on price, then you could be seeing some sort of V shape into the open. Let's go back to the Renkos real quick. The Renko could be making this rejection off of the super trend in the 50 on the 16 to come sweep the lows one more time. You've had a bunch of fake rev bars, A, B, C. You could still go lower. We're still bearish on the 32. Don't ignore that heavy weight. Trend is to the downside thus far. 3K. still a lot of blues here in this last hour, or the 28 minutes of this hour. So they could come stop out these blues that think they're scooping up the bottom, particularly in this 2, 4, 6, 8, that scalp we took and then went flat. Those people might be weary if they're buying into a false hope of it going higher. It might be inducing to go rip them to shreds and use their liquidity to go even lower. Who knows? That's why you take what it'll take when the taking's takeable and assess again with no bias. Less than 2 minutes. Coffee at the ready. I got some mints too. Let's take a few mints. So 1 for 1 on the live thus far. That little scalp right there, boom. Can we keep going? Cloud is still weighted to the downside here. This purple cloud not showing any signs of abatement, but you never know. 1 minute. This is the 0.65706 region, the blue zone here, better known as the trap door. Does this trap door open? It's a bearish trend-based fib. Will it open to the downside? If it rejects at the 706 here, this is the 0.65, then you could expect some downside perhaps. And we're open. Is the trap door going to be a trap, or is it going to send it higher? Volume stepping up to the plate here. The candle's turning green on the 4 minute. Got a candle close above it. This is not a pivot just yet. Mr. Trapdoor looks like it could be doing something, who knows? We're getting a lower high on the oscillator, higher high on price action. Just to note, hidden bearish divergence here on the 1 minute leading into the open. Does it play out? The money stacks are weak. The trapdoor looks to be opening, getting some sell side here on a toss. And we'll take that too. And that was a win. Trade number 2. Boom, 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 and stopped out in profit. So that's why I call it the trap door, because it opens the trap to the downside. Shout out if you took that, easy peasy lemon squeezy, as it goes to take those buys that we saw accumulating in those candles on the Atas platform. Link in the description, 14-day free trial. Boop. Too fast to even alert. It's just like I entered and it was in profit. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Ah, hilarious. And let's see what's going on. So that cloud also on the 4 minute insinuating it's just like no curvature at all, and they're just giving that first pivot like, yeah, we're breaking out, and then poof, just open the trap door at that 706 of the bearish trend based fib level. You're getting the bearish divergence there. That could have been all she wrote. We're flat either way. We took it for what it was worth in that 1 minute. Could keep going lower. Once again, the level at 776 is still the target, really. If you have a runner in it, more power to you. You are getting this vector candle. It's a stopping volume as of this moment. So this stopping volume, unless it turns red, could be just stopping out the longs. Once again, I was saying if you make a lower low and a higher low in the oscillator, once again, that is some potential bullish divergence. How's everyone doing? Turned into a red vector now on the 4 minute. Now it's red. That previous indecision green just got turned against itself, the spinning top here, and that's where you see that indecision on the 4 minute turning into a continuation to the downside. Back at the 800 level. Let's go back to a toss real quick. Still a lot of buys here. More buying in here at the value area low. This means they could just be creating a artificial hope for the dollar cost average here. Well, they're peeling out. Wait a minute, why is this? All right, so we just look at this volume on the I'm going to spend a lot of more time trying to understand what the ATAS means. So basically we're seeing a lot of these blues enter, and so that was the hint that there was a lot of buyers here for them to stop out. They came up, got a lot of sells, came down, now getting a lot of buys. I'm curious why the sell imbalance, there was like negative 802 in buy side. I guess they induced a lot up here and then ripped them down, because there was that 201 buy order and then they ripped it to shreds down here. Interesting. And we're doing the good old daily open chop. But we're 2 for 2 so far. And essentially coming into getting the money stack. So this could be pivot number the real pivot, who knows. That could have been your double bottom. That could have been all she wrote at 782, same as the previous bullish divergence that we came up from. Now we're coming back above the 706. The trapdoor has been negated, so we are possibly seeing a test at the 236 levels, 889 perhaps. That was some nice conviction. Getting another trapdoor test. 4-minute cloud still providing with wickage. Let's go see what the Renkos are up to. Renko previously came up to the equal high level. It's a pivot level too. And then now we're pivoting, potentially speaking. Bullish divergence here on the 1 minute starting to play out. If we break this 6.5, then we could come up to this region, start coming into that buy side. This is a blue stop volume as of this moment, starting to break above. Started to peel out at that super trend level on the 8 bar, coming back to the settlement line at 869 perhaps. So you're getting some sells enter here as some of the buys peel off their contracts back at VWAP. VWAP at 851. Your -3 sell side imbalance is now -2 as the buyers start to step up and cover that 1,000 gap. So they induced some sells here and took them down, got the buys to cover that amount, and then they squeezed them up. Now they're getting more sellers enter here so they could just drift on the sellers on the sell side up into more buy side here. So it could do one of those like driftaroos where people just think it's going to drop and it just doesn't. Or it just induces more sell side to enter, or sorry, buy side to enter, as in shorts. Back at the 200 SMA here on the Renko 16 bar. Coming back to this previous rev the bar down. Now you're negative 1K imbalance to the session delta as the buyers step up and or they stop out the shorts with the buy side. Flirting with the point of control in the VWAP on the hourly. As you see more buyers, then the fatigue sets in and they go stop them out. You do not want to see blue up for a long idea. You want to see that for a short idea. And then they go and stop them out and or induce the equivalent of that to fuel it higher. Negative 2K. Getting that rejection off the 200. Cross down event and overbought. Money flying away on the 30-second. That bullish divergence played out for the win. If you took it, congrats. Ultimately, it's not going to be that easy. They're going to probably find that the buy side liquidity, the shorts enter, and then use that as fuel to go up. Money's flying away, but it's not going to the downside, so that's insinuating that it could continue to burst through here. The wide angle of this 1 minute as of this moment, if it can maintain this baseline, get the rejection. Let's go see real quick on a toss. Well, it's holding the trend dot, so I'm gonna just take this really quick. Holding the trend dot or not? That is the question. Looks like it is. It was that trend dot bounce for the win, ladies and gentlemen. Trend dot reclamation here on the wickage here. I saw the trend dot reclaimed and I was like, I'm ignoring this baseline cross for what it's worth. And I took it for like 20 something ticks, I don't even know. Hit all 3 targets, or 2 targets. Stop was progressively in profit, so it was what it was. We'll look at it later. Burst up above the 200, and it could keep going. That was also this super trend on the 8 bar for you Renko players out there. So the money was flying away, but it wasn't going down. It was creating the impression of going down, which means it was trapping some shorts. And we can go see that in the ATOS here with this sell side that was induced just before it broke that point of control. You had 2, 4, 6, 8, and 300. There's a large amount, basically like 1,000 contracts of buy side, which is shorts, and they took them for a ride up on
fatality.
And that's where you see it. So right there, the sell side, you had this, buy the sells here could be the shorts that are the buy side liquidity that they take up to here. And you have that negative sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, so the buy side is coming back to roost after an entire day of dumpage to establish potentially the low for the week. Potentially. This is a very thick white cloud above the angle here is quite nice, pointing to 2 o'clock, that you could just keep going and just oscillate in this channel-like manner. You are creating bearish divergence. At some point you fatigue, maybe at the 236, at one of these 236s. Either way, 3 for 3. Keep it up. How's everyone doing? Good, good, good. And then we just don't, you know, need to worry about it. Like, it broke the trend dot here, so it's like, is it going to keep going? I don't know. You are getting the cross down event. At some point, this bearish divergence will come home to roost. You're getting the potential cross down on the 1 minute here. That's why it's ultra fast. Can't like hold on to a narrative. That's why the ATM keeps me flat. Take when the taking's takeable. Possibly you can catch those nice runners, but you know, like technically down here for the double bottom, you could have put like a, you know, a runner pack to see what it does, and you'd be up quite handsomely off the bullish divergence from here. Starting to potentially fade. Oh, it's making that reclamation on the 1 minute too. It's like, no, we can't give up the ghost here. How's the audio, everyone? Is it audible? Voice and volume for the mic okay? I noticed the volume on the mic was quite low one of the days. I had it too far away from my mouth, so I've been trying to keep the mic closer to my mouth. And so you start to develop this like up ascending channel while you create this bearish divergence, and you create this drift on the shorts on the buy side here, and they just create this drift and buy side. Now you're creating positive delta at some point off the VWAP here, and the point of control. They could go for one more sweep of the longs into the sell side. They're basically making the session delta almost even Steven with all of this buy side. And when we break that trend dot on the 30-second, bearish divergence could be in play. Mighty thick on the cloud here on the 1 minute and the 30-second. No signs of abating just yet. Getting the warning of the momentum shift here, flirtations of that idea. Eight minutes for the hourly close. Is the hourly trying to set a higher algorithmic stance here? Very good today. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, breaking the trend dot. Could come back for a little refuel into a bullish order block. was considering taking it, but I was a little bit too late on the draw. If I was more up here as it was doing that, I would have taken it, but it's too close to where it could reverse. Channel average and all. A dot on the 1 minute. It'd be nice to get like another 2 surges up or 1 surge up, but you never know. It could fatigue out here. Let's go see what's in store. So all of those buys that they're coming back to create sell side on. And then they ascertain whether those were shorts or they're stopping out minis by going back on the buy side. They go back on the buy side to test the sell side, and then they say, okay, we can continue. Five minutes for the candle close. Back at the settlement line for today. You're just getting money flying away, but it's going up, insinuating a shift here. I'll tell you what. Fourth one. I saw this hold on the cloud and I was like, you know what? Trend dot cloud holding, I'll take that for 20 ticks and beyond, maybe, who knows? 30 ticks and ascertain, trailing into profit, good for me. And there you go. I'm gonna get stopped out. 30 ticks. So overall, that's like 100 ticks for what it's worth off that little surge there. Cross up event. Squeezing of the shorts that are like, I can't believe it. It's like Cypher in the Matrix, like, believe it or not, you son of a bzz, and then zaps him. Now you're back to the 236 of the bearish trend-based fib. You could see some playing out of a little bit after stopping out some of the shorts. Let's see if there's buy side that entered there. Hold on. Yep, so in that 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, that 600 plus buy side could have all been stopped out shorts that entered here, these red. So there's a lot of blue that entered, so they came back to test how many of those they needed to stop out, and then they went higher on the short liquidity that might still be in that. At some point you reach an objective, and then they come back into some of this too to test the sell side, and it just, the cycle repeats. And they're back into the sell side. As quick as they went up, they came back down at the 236 of the bearish nature. 3 minutes for the candle close. Let's go back and see which of the 236s we're back at. Which one is it? Oh, okay. So we're at the larger one from this large impulse down from here on the 4-hour time frame all the way down and all the way up here. Basically, that impulse retrace has this bearish tonality that if you can get above 14,887, then you're could go up higher into some of these regions. If you get rejected off 14,887, you could be coming down into these nether regions below. As it stands currently, and so those are two 236s to negate the bearish narrative on. A local one up here at 905 and a higher time frame one at this current level we're at right now. Oops, don't want to move it. Cloud is starting to shift in a manner here on the 32nd anyway. When you start to do this type of thing and you come beneath it and then you bearishly retest, then you could be coming back down into the nether regions. The curvature on the 1 minute, the bearish divergence that we were talking about, you're starting to get a flame burn off here at that 236. Could it be that easy? I don't know. We're going to wait for the hourly close to give us some signal or sign or something. So far we are 4 for 4. Breaking the 10 trend dots on the 32nd, so you could be possibly coming into that idea. 1 minute still holding, but you're getting a finger down as the lower time frames align to the downside. Just continuing to drift higher, but the buy side, as we saw on the toss, was building. You are developing more buys at some point. Rejecting off the trend dots yet again on the 32nd, coming beneath the 1 minute ones. And you could take this for what it's worth. Let's just see. Number 5. Does it stop us out here? Or does it go with some momentum into this or not? Not giving it to us right away. We're going to probably close it. First loss. That was a loss. Oh, but then it revved back down and knocked us out and then revved back down. Oh well. It came back up and then went back down again. There we go. Made up for that loss and then some. There we go. 6. All right. No hesitation. Gotta just pull the trigger sometimes, you know. And yeah. So you saw this trend dot failing not once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times on the 32nd. Started to break through on the 1 minute. That's where we pulled the trigger. The baselines were crossing up. You had the bearish divergence and the money flame leading you to the promised land. And sure enough, I mean, that was 5 out of 6 so far. If that was, you know, the 2 trades was 1, it was 5 out of 5, but it did this weird rev bar up and then came back down. Oh well, can't be perfect. And you'll come back to the cloud and possibly retest it, but we're not going to take that. Bounce off of this The trend dot happens to also be this channel average here on the 1 minute. It's really cool how the fractals line up. How's everyone doing? Good? Chilling? And that insinuation on the 30-second cloud was kind of giving you that potential of that happening leading into the hour. We'll just put that. We'll just make this actually like this. Yeah. That finger down and that money flame and the bearish divergence and just that 236 of the bearish nature was just too hard to resist. But, you know, is it over? It ain't over till the fat lady sings. I mean, it could come up and like bullishly attack this cloud and reclaim it. You never know. Time for a little bit of a sip of the coffee. Creating like a little B, you know, junk consolidation equals B into C. Fading off the average here. I wonder if you take like a fib here, from here to here, is that going to be at equilibrium? It will be. So that could be your, you know, silver bullet play right there, just into the hour. Who knows if it's that easy on a Monday. Looks like it could be. Cloud is thinning too. You know, got that 1 minute cloud still thick. Could burst up in its face though. Still consolidating. Looks like they're taking it, nothing but wick to the downside. And that is how the stars align with the Fibonacci and the divergence and the momentum. Liquidity plus plus math plus momentum equals profit. Yes, sirree, Bob. Anyone take that? Anyone take it? Getting back to that adaptive, you could see a slight bounce off it, like boy, who knows? No stars aligning here for me. No star. Oh, but you're back at the 50 on the 16 bar and the 200 on the 8. Let's go like this. I see. You're having like a little bit of a battle here. The Renko people want to take it up potentially with their rise, retrace, continuation. And the neutrality of the 32 could flip bullish in your face here too. Are you retracing into a level here? Let's find out. Let's impulse up to here. You are at a 0.5 equilibrium level of this impulse. Is it starting to reverse here? You are at the 0.65 as well. That could be all she wrote for that play. You are at the adaptive on the 30-second and the 1 minute. Make this a little bit bigger. We don't need the 4 minute support just yet. Yeah, you could be coming back above that trend dot right now. Alright, why not? Why not? That was a bad entry though. It needs to show some conviction where I gotta get out because it's like a bad entry. Oops. No conviction. Alright. It's a trap. It's a trap. Or not. Gave back 13 points there, but then it continued higher. Son of a gun. Should have just let it do its thing. So I saw this trend dot come back in after the baseline cross up, and the curvature of this white cloud coming back into this. Also be the 0.5 equilibrium level of this impulse up. This could also be the rise, retrace, continuation idea. Alright, I'll tell you what. One last chance, shall we? 8. So we basically lost 2 out of 7, now 8. So will we lose this third? If this is the last loss, we'll just cut it here for the day. It'll be 5 out of 8. So the people that are short, are they going to believe that it's going to fade here on the cloud, or is it going to surge back up? Was this the rise retrace idea here. The money is stacking up. Can the money stack and maintain the stack, or is it going to get a rejection off the cloud? So far the cloud looks like it's winning. We're going to get stopped out most likely. It's not, the stars are not aligning for that one. We are out. That's the second loss. That was a 33-point loss, so that's not that great. 33 tick, rather. Points is quite large. Idiot boxing it up. ABC. Overall, you're holding the trend dots, and you didn't even come back to the trend dots, so this is pretty secure to me. Come on. Nine. Oh, rejection. Rejection. Well then, if you're not long, then you're short. No? Or are you going to stop me out again? Alright, I'm going to stop here. That was like too much for my liking. We're playing around in fire here. Looks like the it's getting the playing. It's playing. Gotta chill out here. It's playing the chill out game. That's what it's doing. So that was what, 2-3 losses in a row. Basically we're at 10, so that's 6 out of 10 so far. 60%. Those last two entries were no bueno. There's no confluence. You gotta wait for the confluence. This was perfect confluence. See, I'm fallible to my own devices here. Now you're getting a green dot to the upside. That's where you should have considered it. Reclaiming the cloud here. Getting a cross up on the 1 minute money stack, no money stack on the 30-second. This baseline cross down should have been signed to say hold up, because you're not really getting alignment. You're getting this going up and this going down, so this is what created the chop, the resistance into the cloud like that. And both sides are battling it out, whether it's going to be the short or the long. Now breaking above, and the shorts are continuing to get squeezed. We were trying to take two longs both times, but just terrible entry. Should have just taken the helix after it got above the dot and just let it do its thing with the money stacks. Money stacks, helix, dot. Money stacks, helix, dot. In between, no good. Now I'm getting the message that they're detecting the music. I hate when they do that. All right, so just basically chopping it up right now, not going to enter. Mark off where the end of the hour is now. So it's only been 19 minutes on this hour here. So that insinuation of that curvature with the bearish divergence was one of the major plays that you could, the low-hanging fruit, if you will, that you could have taken. Hopefully you were there for the ride. This was not a good entry model at all. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't, that's the problem. Here you're coming down, cross down event, breaking the cloud, money flying away. Looks like the short is going to trap those longs in here and take it down further. You're getting a cross down on the 4-minute now after indecision. Cross down, cross up, cross down, cross up, cross down. They're pretty accurate for what they're worth. Cross downs, cross ups, those helixes have no mercy. Coming back to that equilibrium of this impulse to the upside, could possibly come to the 618 and the deep retrace zones. As a ABC potentially forms here, A, B, see you later. There's most likely a fair value gap in this region. Was it in here? Not really. I mean, I guess it was here, but they reclaimed it there once. So the overall overtone of that 236 bearish trend-based fib level here is the thing that was leading to the promised land, that initial short play with the flames and everything, and then making a lower high here on the oscillator and starting to get back into the 0.65 and the 706 trapdoor. Getting the curvature here on the 1 minute. Same thing we got on the 30-second when we had that downside shift. Could be making a double bottom. Let's go see what's inside the candles with the toss here. Starting to get some sell side hit. Going beneath that point of control, seeing a bunch of sell side and buys getting induced here over a large amount of sells after previously inducing a large amount of buys up here at the 61 level. So they're going to take these longs for a ride right now. So we're coming back to the 0.65 and the 706 trapdoor here at this 4825 region. It also happens to be the 618 of this impulse to the upside. Do you get a bounce, or does the trapdoor open further?
Imagine that you're looking at the other side. Like meditate. You need to focus on something specific.
All right, so we got stopped out in profit with that first two contracts. $706 trapdoor released. That was a math play right there, not related to Momentum Master at all. It only played for 2 contracts and then immediately stopped out the other 3 with the stop. Oh, getting a 706 bounce here. Let's see. The deep retrace. Technically, this is, there's no confluence whatsoever yet. Other than the math right here, the 706, but you're beneath the trapdoor right now. Boom, nothing better than just sniping it right into profit like that. All right. And then it'll just stop us out. I love when that happens. Wait, I forgot to hit this button. That was 2 more trades, so 13. So 7 out of 13, maybe? So we had a bounce off the 706, reclaimed the trap door, so that's where I took it. There was no real confluence on Momentum Master other than the cross-up event on the 32nd. And the fact that this ABC was potentially exhausted, so I was just looking for a bounce into the sell side liquidity of the shorts after, or the buy side liquidity of the shorts after stopping out the sells of the longs. Now you're reclaiming the trend dot, potentially getting a cross up on the 1 minute. And yeah, how's everyone doing? Okay. And that's all she wrote. As they broke the 10 trend dot, you should be not holding on to a long after the trend dot for that is broken, because the trend is to the downside here until you negate it otherwise. Coming back above. Let's take it again. Or not. You're gonna go up above it or not? Let's see. Rejecting at the 0.65, potentially speaking. Need to see some more confluence stack. It's gonna stop me out. Yep. Rip to the downside. So that was 7 out of 14. We're at a 50% rate. We're going to cut it here. We're going to stop trading and just eyeball it for the day. So basically, now the trapdoor could be opening for more downside here. You rejected the trend dots on the 30-second and the 1 minute. There is no real confluence right now to take anything. I'm just kind of degenning at the moment. Cross-up event, still holding on the 30-second with that 706. 1 minute cross up also confirming here, potentially 47 seconds. No money stacks or divergence. Starting to come back above the trend dot. Getting the green dot now. All right. All right, so coming back above the trend dot after the baseline cross up is pretty money if you get other confluence with the money stack and the bullish divergence that was here. Just got to be patient. positions. We'll go back through it later, watch it again, work out the kinks day by day. Reclaiming this 6.5 potentially. Cloud's still not in your favor on the downside angle here. You'd have to see some conviction break up. Let's go see what Atas has in store. A lot of sells. So coming back to reclaim those sells by squeezing them seems to be the case right now. And you're getting that conviction for that potential cloud shift. Should have had a wider stop idea in this, looking back in retrospect. Money stack, 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 stack on the 32nd as you breach the cloud with conviction. That's what we were saying we needed to see for this cloud angle to ever think of shifting. Starting to thin on the 32nd as a result, and that curvature coming as you possibly retrace back into it. So you came back to that adaptive and reclaimed it as support potentially, and the channel average and the baseline, all three of those things came to meet you and say, what's up? You gonna hold? Happens to also coincide with the 1 minute here. You're not getting money flying away just yet as you bombard up against that 1 minute cloud. Let's see what's going on. We are at the 36-minute mark for the hour. Starting to claim that adaptive, potentially speaking. All right, 16. So that was 9 for 16. We're above 50% now. Whatever happens to that, happens to that. We were holding that cloud average, the channel average, and the adaptive here on the 32nd and the 1 minute. That's what got me to enter. And the lack of flying away stacks here on the 32nd or the 1 minute. I'm trying to reach different echelons of scalping right now, so I'm not hesitating. Okay. I'm going to just post that anyway, just to see that later. Just at the midway point. Let's go see what Atos has in store. Getting too many buys here, then it's going to go down. Got 160 contracts at that previous VWAP zone. You had 519 buys in that region here as it surged up. Now you're back at the cloud truly for that cloud kiss potential. All right. Is this going to make it 10 out of 17? I think it will. 10 out of 17. Even if it goes to that stop, it would have been a win because it peeled off 2. And knock off the third. Or not. Getting the do not enter warning here, flashing ever so slight. That would have gotten me out right there. Cross down event on the 32nd and still not making above the cloud on the 1 minute. The money flying away, still abating, not going no follow through just yet. You are getting it on the 1 minute, but it's holding the zone. We're entering the last 15 minutes or so of the hour. Let's go see one last time what the Atos is bringing to the table here. A lot of sells, still getting some buy side. You're holding that cloud and it's starting to shift now. Now you've reclaimed the 1 minute. Could get that surge up. This will make it 10 out of 18. If we can break up above this zone. There's no money stack though, it's just idiot boxing. But in this case, this idiot box could be a B to a C going higher. No guarantees. Still haven't peeled off anything yet, so it is break even. Oh, we reclaimed it. It's going, man. It's gonna go. Come on. You can do it. You're tilted up here on the 30-second cloud, insinuating that it wants to go, unless this is a trap. You aren't making it above these dots at all. The last time you didn't make it above, we had a dump of Rue. Is my stop too close again? Yes, it was. That was a loss. No money stacking on the table here. No money flying away either, but we're approaching that last part of the hour where there's like not really that zone to enter per se. It's still holding that cloud as it dips beneath. All that matters is when you take it for what it's worth. When you take it, it rips, you know. Take it. There you go. That's all you need to do. Take that for like 30 off the cloud like that. Boom. And it could continue to squeeze. So this cloud kind of thickening here, and then the wick coming up here with the adaptive reclamation and the cloud and the candle closing there was what caused me to enter there for that 30 tick bounce. Now all of this is just junk consolidation, so beware. It could be just some sort of trap to continue to the downside. If we go to the 4 minute real quick, let's go see what the 4 minute's doing. 4 minute does have that cross down event. This could be an A, B, C further down like this. I don't know where B would have you, but somewhere up in this region, and you could come down to here. So this could just be a B leg inside of a further deeper retrace. You are holding the cloud on the 4 minute. However, the baselines and the adaptive here at 854 is what's providing you with this resistance and this chop right here. And the previous range that we fell down from here. And yeah, we're ripping up right now. It looks like that cloud in the 30 second is holding. So that curvature here is a nice insinuation why I wasn't looking to go short. I was looking to go long multiple times. My stop was a little bit too tight, but basically that wick right here was the entry right here, the smoothest one. And ultimately back here with the baseline cross up event over here, and the entry back into the trend dots, we took that one for a little bit of scalp up here too. Ultimately on the live we took about 19 trades. I think about 8 or 9 of them were stopped out, but the theory on all of them were correct. It was the tight stops that got me. So the theory on all trades tonight was on point. Stops were too tight on a lot. Gonna have to reassess, go back and review the footage / these things and look at what was wrong. Holding of those clouds here on the 1 minute 2 coming up above this, bouncing off the cloud that was right at that point too here. From 37 up to 58, that's a smooth move right there. Music out. No music? Oh, turn off the music? What happened? Did something happen with the music? Hello? Did something happen? Hello? Do I know you, Hans, or no music? Is it all right? What happened? Getting the cross down and the do not enter symbols. What, was the music doubled up or something? What was the problem? What was the problem? You just don't like music? I could read you a nice quote if you like. Hold on, let me find out where it is. Where did I put it? Where did I put that thing? It was somewhere over here. I had it hanging on my monitor, my old monitor, but when I got the new one I took it off. Here, let me see. The man that hath no music. All right. The man that hath no music in himself, nor is not moved with the concord of sweet sounds, is fit for treason, stratagems, and spoils. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. If you don't like music, what's up, man? What's up? What do you want to listen to? It's distracting. Ah, I see. Well, different strokes for different folks. Japanese say Junin Toido, which means 10 people, 10 colors. So sometimes you get people that like music and some people that don't like music. But thankfully, I like music. And the vacuum of the abyss, me talking into the abyss with no music in the background, is kind of weird to me. So, yeah, I mean, once we get to the point of subscribers where I need to worry about copyrighted music, then I will consider that. But it puts me in the zone personally, so I prefer the music personally. But I thought there was doubled up music because sometimes the music doubles up for whatever reason. So yeah, please don't demand things of others if you're a first timer. Just get acclimated to how things are. Unless there's a problem with the music, then by all means let me know. I just wouldn't go into somebody's stream and tell them what to do. That's kind of weird. Anyway, so we're getting the money flying away to stop here. The abatement coming back to the 0.65 of that bearish trend-based fib we went over. And yeah, this is not really This is just straight up chop. We broke back down here. We're basically approaching the end of the hourly candle close. The best trade of the night was going into the hourly close, the rejection of that 236 on the higher time frame with the bearish divergence and the money burn off of the money flow and the cross down event. That also coincided with the finger down and the bearish divergence and the money flying away. That was a smooth trade of the little scalper ruse we took. There was a few others in there mixed in, I'm sure. And on that note, ladies and gents, I will play outro song and then bid you adieu.
I'm tired, but I'm wide awake. In darkness, I can see your face.
That's right. So does the trapdoor open here? We're going to remove this deep retrace of this impulse so there's less lines and leave just the bearish trend-based fib lines. So the bearish trend-based fibs take you back to here. If you come back to the 706 at 14,826, you could be breaking that trapdoor for another leg down into these nether regions and these fair value gaps below. It is false move Monday. They're just going up to go down. There is the cloud starting to thin here on the 15, but we are beneath it. So it could be a continuation to the downside. As of this moment, you are respecting the higher time frame trend-based fib to the downside here from this impulse retrace 236 at 887. We rejected off it, and now we're starting to possibly come back down again, but I know nothing. We will see. Trapdoor at the trapdoor now. 5-minute cross down event. When the sun goes down. Currently 3K imbalance to sell side delta. At some point you could change that. We were going positive as we went down the entire time last week, so they could be reclaiming the sells on all those guys that went long up above, and that's why we're negative as they sell off into those pools above. Where is the bottom? No one knows, except the market maker. Seeing a lot of red here. So is the fatigue point over? Getting previous rejection off the VWAP. And the hourly candle closes in 3 minutes, and then we will bid you adieu. Hopefully you guys caught some good trades out there. The trapdoor. What does trapdoor do, my friends? cloud is insinuating that, though. Kind of getting this angle here. Bearish retest. Boom. Trapdoor, trapdoor. Do we see the trapdoor? Okay, so we're getting a cross down event of the 1 minute that's still not showing the reclamation just yet. These do not enter were not to be ignored. And less than 24 seconds for the hourly to close. And the 706 is looking to open up the trapdoor yet again. All right, ladies and gents, that's all the time I have. Thank you for coming on into the live and sharing your essence with me in this eternal moment of which we all share an inextricable and inexorable part. Thank you for doing your part, for coming on in each and every day, and we'll do the same, bringing the fire, the accuracy, the precision, and all that fun stuff. And we will catch you on the flip side. Peace.